Alrighty guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first reading vlog, my first weekly reading vlog. I thought I'd give it a go and we could read together, and I am hoping that we're going to have a good week this week. I am definitely in my mood reading phase, definitely. I have started reading Famous for a Living, and I am this far in. I'm this far in at the moment. If you guys know me, you know I absolutely love a small town book. I will eat them up. I love it. So I'm really hoping that this is going to deliver. I picked it up from Dimmicks. It was just a random find. I was walking around and I was like, this looks really cute. The cover is stunning. So I thought, let's do it. Let's do it. So what I'm getting from it at the moment is she is Insta famous. She is a content creator and he is a park ranger. And I'm 7 chapters in, so I'm starting to, what I'm getting from it at the moment is she, at the start of the book, she was quite famous and she made a deal with one of her business partners, which went very wrong. And now she's being cancelled, essentially. So she's gone to stay with her uncle who lives in a small town where she's from, and she starts working with the park rangers and as a social media content creator to help them out. And the male character is just grumpy. He is so out of touch with the whole social media world. He uses a flip phone, so it's all very like they're complete opposites. And at the moment I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. Like, it's quite a slow burn, so I'm still waiting for something to happen. I'm still waiting for them to sort of, they're still at their enemies phase, and they're both getting on each other's nerves. So I'm really, really excited. So today I'm working, so I'm going to read a little bit this morning and then hopefully we can start getting into it. I'm not like, there's not the pull for me to pick it up and read it. So I'm hoping that maybe okay, so I read for about maybe 40 minutes, around that, and I am this far in. I'm 137 pages in. I'm up to chapter 9. I'm liking it. It's getting better. The tension's starting to build between the two characters. So I'm like, it's getting better. The one thing I do love about this book, you probably can't see it, is there's illustrated Instagram posts, and I actually love that. Like, I am obsessed with that. I think it's really fun considering the character, like her character. One thing I'm not liking about it, the chapters are so long. I just don't like long chapters. That's just me. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. I'm just waiting to get more. Like, I feel like it's quite YA at the moment. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. Okay guys, I'm at work. I have like 10 minutes before I need to go in. So we're moving to the Kindle. And I'm gonna get some reading done before I have to go to work. Guys, so I have been at work. I've been at work. It is now Tuesday afternoon. I finished work at like 9 o'clock last night. I read a little bit before I went to bed, and then I woke up this morning and I had to go straight back to work. So I have read a little bit more, and by a little bit I mean I've read a fair bit. I'm now up to page 227 of Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. Guys, I didn't know that this was going to be like so YA. I don't know if it's supposed to be YA, but I'm this far in and they still haven't kissed, still haven't gone on a date. Like, there's not much, and I've only got like 70 pages left. So I'm like, I am still enjoying it, but I just thought it was gonna be a lot different. Like, I thought that I was gonna have, like, I thought it was gonna be like a small town romance. That's what I thought. But I feel like the romance is the subplot, and the main plot is pretty much them trying to save the park. That's the main plot. And like her like self-discovery from leaving the like social media world and really just like living it in the sticks, essentially. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm not hating it, but I'm also not loving it. Like, I'm thinking at the moment it's going to be like a 3-star, because I need some spice in my books. Like, I need some spicy to keep me going. And this, we're not getting much spicy. So we'll see how we go. Also, today is the release day of Iron Flame. Yeah, I have been waiting to read Iron Flame for so long. I read Fourth Wing back in June, I think it was. So I really want to finish this so that I can just keep reading Iron Flame. I think I've read a chapter of it, but I'm going to do a separate reading vlog for that, where I go really into depth of what I think and everything. So I am going to be reading Iron Flame, but I want to do like a separate vlog for it, so you guys can see that in another video. So I'm going to sit down and read. I am about to do FaceTime book club with my bestie, so I can finish this, and then I'm going to read some Iron Flame. And then I think at the same time that I'm going to read Iron Flame, I'm thinking about reading the 3rd book in the Salacious Players Club by Sarah Kate. I'm thinking that might be my next read, because I absolutely love the first 2. But we'll see. So I'm going to finish this and then see how I feel. I'm going to come back to you guys with my thoughts on the last 60 pages, and then give you more of a like in-depth review of it. But yeah, we'll see. Alrighty guys, so I forgot to update you on my reading journey. So I finished Famous for a Living on Tuesday night, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not worth reading. I didn't love it. It's YA. There was probably one chapter that I really liked, and it was it was based around her like social awakening and the fact that she doesn't need to really depend on social media as much. And I really enjoyed that chapter. It's not really a romance book. At 80% when they first kiss. And then essentially, I don't want to spoil it, but essentially she has a social media awakening, and then it sort of just like goes out the window at the end. And then the end is just so rushed. I really liked the concept of this book, and I feel like it could have been done a lot better. I actually rated it 2 stars. I didn't really want to finish it, but I don't DNF books. So I finished it. What I loved about the book is that they have the illustrated Instagram posts, and I loved the concept of the book. It could have been done a whole lot better. The chapters are long. I don't really like long chapters in books. I feel like it wasn't my type of book. It is a good book if you are maybe like 12 or 13, like a young adult. There's no spice in this. It's like a -1 spicy rating. I don't like being negative about books, because I know that authors spend a lot of time writing them, and this is someone's piece of work. This is someone's baby. So I am not going to sit here and be mean about it. It's just not my type of book. Other people might love it, not me. It's not for me. So yeah, that's that. So yes. Also, to update you, on Tuesday night, I started reading Iron Flame. It's now Thursday. So yesterday, I didn't get much reading done. I feel like this book actually put me in a slump. I feel like I'm slumping because of this book. And I was going to do a reading vlog for Iron Flame, but I'm actually not going to now because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. And the last thing I'd want anyone to do is look at my video and then have it spoiled, and I wouldn't be able to talk a lot about it. So I'm just going to pop it in this reading vlog. Between Tuesday night and Wednesday, I'm now up to chapter 17. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. But like I said, I think I'm in a slump. And fantasy takes a lot of concentration. It takes a lot from me. So I am just trying to read it slowly and trying to stay off social media so that no one spoils it for me. But I am really, really enjoying this. Rebecca Yarros knows how to write a good fantasy. I love everything about it. Even though the chapters are long, I'm still finding myself a pull to read it. I just have to pick it up to really get the motivation to read it. So I'm enjoying this. I'm 17 chapters in. I'm really, really, really loving it. I just have to take breaks from it in order to read it because fantasy is so high concentration for me. It is so high concentration. But yes, I'm really, really liking it. I'm not going to spoil anything, so I'm going to keep it really short and sweet with this one. If you have read Fourth Wing, then you know how anticipated this is for everyone. So good. I'm really loving it. And to break up my fantasy, I have started Give Me More by Sarah Kate. I'm reading it on my Kindle. This is the third book in the Salacious Players Club. I love these books so damn much. I started reading it last night to break up Fourth Wing, and I'm already 30% into it. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Sarah Kate knows how to do knows how to keep you really hooked in. I cannot explain it. Her chapters are so short. Her writing is so bingeable. And if you've read any of the Salacious Players Club, you'll know that the chapter headings pull you in for the chapter. They're all done in rules, and it's so fantastic. I've heard a lot of people said they either really love this book or really it's not their favorite. So I'm really excited to see what I think of it. Essentially, what I'm getting is it's a poly relationship between a married couple and their best friend, and the two guys pretty much work at the Salacious Players Club. One of them is a co-owner, and the other one is the builder for the club, and it's just so good. It fits perfectly in the series, and you're getting the series is pretty much just all the owners and their kinks, and pretty much just finding out what they like and finding someone, and it's so good. I have one thing to tell you. Sarah Kate knows how to write a spicy scene. She knows how to write the perfect spicy scene, and I just I'm sitting there and I'm sweating. When I'm reading it, I am sweating. I cannot explain it. She knows exactly how to write a spicy scene. I can't, it's so good. If any of you are looking for a spicy book, one that will really you just need to take a breath, Sarah Kate, The Salacious Players Club, so good. I rated the first 2 books in the series 5 stars, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be a 5-star as well. So I'm very, very excited. I'm excited. So I think what I'm going to do today, I have an hour before I have to go to work. I think I'm going to read a couple chapters of Iron Flame, or one chapter, because they are quite long. So I might read one chapter of Iron Flame before I go to work, and then I will read Give Me More when I'm at work before I have to go walk up. And then probably tonight I will read this because I can read it on my Kindle. I mean, I have Iron Flame on my Kindle as well, but I really just love this book. It's so good. I think I've picked some good books to help me not slump, because obviously I can binge Sarah Kate, and this book is really, really good. It's really high quality. So yes, there's a few moments in this where I've been a little bit I've sobbed once. But I'm really, really, really loving my choices at the moment, and I'm so grateful that I picked these ones to try and get me out of this slump. So I'm going to sit and read for a little bit. I will let you guys know how I go. I'll probably update you when I get to work on how far I've got with either of these. But yes, absolutely loving them, and I can't wait to just keep reading. Alrighty guys, I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, so my current update is I have read nothing. I got ready for work and I've been sitting in my car scrolling, doom scrolling. So it's a very boring update, but I'm keeping it realistic. So we'll see how I go tonight. We'll see how I go after I finish work. I'll keep you guys updated. Bye. Alrighty guys, I have gotten home from work. I have had a shower and I've gotten into bed ready to do some reading. I read a couple, maybe like a chapter. I listened to audiobook of Iron Flame, and I am now just ready to read a little bit more. I'm going to read maybe another couple of chapters of Iron Flame and then I'll swap to Give Me More. I have my Kindle set up in its holder and I've got my Kindle clicker ready to go. If you guys would like to get the same setup as me, I have it all in my Amazon storefront, which I will link below for you guys. But guys, it's the laziest setup ever and I love it. So I will let you know how I go probably tomorrow. I'll read with you guys a little bit and then I will let you know. Alrighty, let's get into it. Guys, it's 1 a.m. It's literally 1 a.m. and I can't stop reading this book. I cannot stop. I'm 60% into Give Me More by Sarah Kate, and I don't know how I'm ever gonna get to sleep. Like, I don't know what she puts in these books, but oh my God, I can't stop. And my next chapter is only 4 minutes long. And I'm like, but I said that 6 chapters ago. And it's 1 a.m. I need to go to sleep. Oh my God. I'll keep you guys updated. Bye. Okay, so I haven't updated you guys in a little bit. Like, I haven't updated you since today's Saturday. So today's Saturday and I would have spoke to you guys on Thursday night when I stayed up until 1 a.m. reading Give Me More. And I didn't really read much yesterday. I woke up and I just did housework and all that sort of fun stuff. So when I came home, I read more Give Me More. And I finished it. So I stayed up until 2 a.m. this morning and I finished Give Me More. And I ordered the physical copy earlier in the week and then I got it the other day. But I don't know, the first 65% was absolutely amazing. Like, it was top notch, and Sarah Kate knows how to get me. Like, she knows what she's doing. She knows how to write a spicy scene. But after that, I just felt like it was more spice than plot. I don't know if that is an unpopular opinion, but I felt like it was more spice than plot. And I really love her book, so it made me really sad. And I ended up rating it 3 stars because of that. I also felt like, without spoiling it, the conflict at the end of the book was unnecessary, and the resolution to the conflict was also just very rushed. And you didn't really find out much about the characters. Like, I wasn't very connected with all the characters in the book. So I kind of told you guys what this was about when I started it, but essentially, without giving any spoilers, it follows Hunter and Isabel, who have been married for 10 years, and their best friend Drake. So they've all been best friends for 10 years. They all met at the same time, and essentially they all end up pretty much in bed together, without giving away too much. And then you're following like a poly type relationship, except it didn't feel very poly. Like, it felt more like it was 2 and then it was 2. Like 2 and then, like, you know, it just felt more like an open relationship than a poly relationship, if anything. And then you obviously get more into the poly side of things. But yeah, it wasn't the poly thing that turned me off the book. It was more the fact that I didn't feel connected to the characters. I didn't really know much about their backstory. It was more just present time, but their backstory was mentioned a lot. Like, it was mentioned a lot, and it was a real like starting point for why the conflict happened. And then you didn't really get to I didn't really know much, and I wasn't really connected to the characters. So I rated it 3 stars. I was really conflicted because I did love the first 60%. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to keep reading. Sarah Kate's writing so easy to read. It's so bingeable. Hence why I stayed up until 1 and 2 a.m. Like, her writing is still amazing. But I think what I loved about the first 2 books in this series is that there was equal amounts of spice and plot. Like, she just had the perfect amount. But yeah, I think this book just didn't hit as much as those 2. And I was tossing like up between what I would rate it. And I really think it's 3 stars. And potentially like a 3 to 4 spicy, like 3.5 spices. I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed the first 60%. So I am saying that it's still a good book. But yes, I like to have a little bit of plot. I like to have a little bit of sustenance in there. And I felt like it lacked a little bit, but I still really, really liked it. So I gave it 3 stars. I haven't read any Iron Flame. I'm still up to chapter 20. I want to talk about the fact that I'm not a very heavy fantasy reader. I'm not a very heavy fantasy reader, and I think I liked Fourth Wing because there was a bit of a romance subplot, but I feel like this is very political, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just me as a reader. I find it really hard to, I have to be concentrating the whole time when I'm reading this, and I don't have the time to sit down and just binge it. So, and I need to have my brain needs to be fresh to be able to binge it. So yeah, I haven't been picking this up just because of that. I am really enjoying it. I really am. And everyone's told me that when I get to chapter 64, I need to film me reading it. I don't think that I'll be doing it this week, so I don't think it'll be in this week's vlog, but I will definitely film it for you guys so that you can see my reaction. But yeah, I'm going to try and read a little bit more today. I have a lot of content that I need to film, so I think that my day will majority be taken up by that. So we'll see how we go. I also started Tame the Heart by Ava Hunter last night. I'm a couple chapters in. I'm liking it. I feel like I've read it before. I feel like I've read this book before. I don't know if it's a common... Maybe I started it and months and months and months ago and just didn't finish it. But I've started this one. I'm liking it so far. Small town. I don't really know much about it because I'm going in blind. So I'll keep you updated when I know more about it. So at the moment, we're going good. I finished 2 books this week. Both have been a little low on the star rating. But hopefully I can read a little bit more this afternoon and definitely tomorrow after I get some filming done. So I'll keep you guys updated, and I'm going to try and film while I'm reading as well because I need to do more of that. Alrighty guys, I will see you soon. I'm going to keep doing my content filming, and then I will let you know when I start reading because she needs to get some reading done this week. Alrighty guys, I'll talk to you soon. Okay guys, so I read a little bit of Iron Flame last night and I got to chapter 29. So now I'm fairly far into the book, and my thoughts are currently that it's very high fantasy. Very high fantasy, and I'm struggling to read it without being fully immersed in it and fully having my full concentration on it. So I'm having to read it in increments, and I'm just like, I need a break. Like, there's so many parts where I'm like, oh my God, I need to keep reading. But then when I get to the lulls, I'm like, okay, I'm just like, I'm not interested. Like, it's so much going on. It's so political, and I'm having to backtrack a lot. So I'm actually reading it quite slow because I'm finding that I'm like, what happened? And then I have to go back and be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Like, I can't read it normally how I normally would and still retain all the information. Other than that, it is really good. I've had like a lot of like moments and a lot of like, oh my God, what? There's a lot of stuff going on, but I am still really enjoying it. And I think I'm going to try and read it more today. I'm going out for lunch for my dad's birthday. So I'm going to try and read a little bit on the drive there. But I'll see how I go. I'm enjoying it. I am. I'm just needing to give a lot of concentration to it. Other than that, I haven't read anything else. I actually started the first book in the Runaway series from Devney Perry, which is called Runaway Road. I'm 8% into that. I'm just in a slump. I'm just in such a slump. And this is like a very interesting video, like first reading vlog, because I can't figure out what I want to read. Nothing's really doing it. So I'm still just like, I'm just trying to read and trying to get it done. But this is realistic. I'm not gonna say that I'm reading heaps when I just can't seem to find a book that's really just pulling me in. Okay, it's Monday. The week is over, and I thought we could wrap up the week now at the end of this video. You guys really saw through the week that I was just getting more and more into my reading slump. So this week isn't anything exciting. It's not anything exciting, but I tried my best. But there were just no books that I could just really just dive into and lose myself in. So it's small, but let's go through it anyways. So I've read Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. I already talked to you guys about this. I think this book really just pushed me further into a slump. So I guess that's just how it went this week. And then I finished Eyes on Me by Sarah Kate. I love Sarah Kate's writing for the fact that it gets me out of slumps. So I had a lot writing on this book, and it was really, really good for the first 60%. Do not get me wrong. And we talked about it. So yeah, 3-star read. I did really enjoy it, and I'm going to keep reading the series, but it didn't quite pull me out of that slump. It didn't quite do it. I ended up getting to part 2 of Iron Flame. So I'm at chapter 38. So let me find where that is in my physical book, because I've been reading it all on my Kindle. So I am 345 pages in to the book. I am really liking it. At the moment, I'm struggling with it. I am extremely struggling with it. I am not wanting to pick it up, but I am loving it when I'm reading it. That's the thing. There are moments where I'm like, oh my God, I need to know more. I am like sweating. I'm just like waiting for more information, but it is so high fantasy that I am struggling with it, but I am still really, really enjoying it. I think at the moment what I'm getting, I'm about halfway through, and I think I'm sitting at about a 4-star at the moment for this. So I'm really hoping I can finish it in the next couple of days and check this off. Everyone says that I need to film from chapter 64 onwards, so I might do that in another reading vlog for you guys, and we'll see. I'm probably not going to do a reading vlog next week and try and just break them up and do like every fortnight I'll do a reading vlog, just because it's hard to film it all when you're reading it, and I want to give you guys all my raw reactions, and I can't do that some of the times. So I'm hoping I can finish it this week, and then I will post a review on my TikTok for it. And then I read about maybe 15% of the first book in the Runaway series. So this is a collection of all of the books. There's 5 little short books in here. I love Devney Perry's writing, so I'm assuming I'm gonna love it. So I'm 15% through the first one, and I am enjoying it at the moment. It's just my slump. Like, I've started so many books and I've read 1 chapter of it, and I'm just not, like, I'm not getting there. So I'm struggling, but I'm hoping that this week I can really just pull myself out of this reading slump, because I'm going to Melbourne on Saturday, and I'm hoping that I can really just get some reading done there too. And I will be vlogging that for you guys as well. Alrighty, so that's my wrap up. This is what we've done It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's also not great. It's not what I usually read, but you know what? I'm being realistic. I'm being transparent with you guys. I am in a slump. I'm in a slump. So hopefully next week we can get going. Okay guys, bye. Have a lovely, lovely week. And I want to know what you guys read this week. I would like all the books you read this week. I want a weekly wrap up from you guys in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I post videos as often as I can, and I also will put all of my social media handles in the description below. Alrighty guys, bye.